All right, so our goal is to hang exterior lights on either side of this main entry door. This is not the actual light, it's bigger, but I just wanted to use it as a representation. I want to kind of mount them, one here and one just the other side to kind of bookend either side and add some light as you walk in. The challenge is passing a wire through a 2-foot thick stone wall. I think I have a way. We're going to use this 16 millimeter electrical conduit, which is the smallest conduit they use. I'm going to try to squeeze it in between the doorway, which will be covered up by the eventual door frame itself. The goal is to then get this tube to poke out of a stone on either side of the door, and then we will probably transition to just wire only after that and weave it between the stones in a way that's not visible until we get to the mounting point of the light either side. And if there are any points of the wire that are visible, we'll find little shims of stone and then hide the wire that way. Well, hey, that just makes me so happy. I was kind of stressing about this the last couple of weeks, not really sure if I was capable, and I spent hours and hours stressing and never once gave it a try. And as soon as I gave it a try, I mean, sure, it took me 45 minutes or whatever, but hey, we now have one side ready to go to mount a light and pass wires. Later on, I'll fit in all of these stones, but you can see how these stones will hide this tube, and this end of the tube will never be visible because the light will cover it. But man, we have now weaved this through all the way through. And then on the inside, this guy will tuck nicely in here. I know it's hard to see because of the light right now, but the doorway itself will cover up this conduit here, and it'll never be seen. A huge thank you to Asus for sponsoring today's video, and I'm really excited to tell you guys about the brand new ProArt PX13. This laptop is incredibly powerful and capable, designed for creative professionals, and yet it's also ultra portable, weighing just 3 pounds and measures about the thickness of a pen. And yet, despite being so lightweight and thin, it's also built extremely tough, and it's actually tested to meet US military-grade durability standards. When Heather and I edit all of our videos and pictures, what's really important is having a high-quality screen to judge colors, and this 13-inch 3K OLED touchscreen display gives incredibly rich colors with true black, making for a better viewing experience, giving vivid, true-to-life colors. And the 3K display renders text and image details very sharply. Not just that, but the entire screen flips around, giving you several different modes that you can work in. You can use it in stand mode, tent mode, tablet mode, and of course, the laptop mode. So my background is in video production, and I've had the opportunity to work in some very high-end color correction studios where they go to color correct movies. These studios are equipped with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and honestly, to me, the screen on this laptop looks just as good, possibly better, due to the OLED being VESA Display HDR True Black certified, and the fact that it uses a wide color gamut of 100% DCI P3, which is the standard for the motion picture industry. Now, with all of the videos we were editing and the pictures we were color correcting, what matters most, aside from the screen quality, is the actual processing power and the performance of the laptop. And the ProArt PX13 has impressive processing power with 12 cores, 32 gigs of RAM. I could get really nerdy with all of the individual performance specs, or I could just tell you that this laptop outperforms a MacBook Pro M3 Pro, which for creative professionals says a lot. The laptop comes equipped with AI assistants with Microsoft Copilot, StoryCube, and several other features that will make your creative workflow more efficient. And finally, the atmosphere that we work in is not exactly an office, so we don't exactly baby our equipment, so build quality is very important to me. But this is not another laptop made from plastic. The PX13 is made from aluminum, and again, it's tested to meet US military-grade durability standards, so I'm pretty sure it's capable of handling everyday life. But let me tell you, it's really fun for me to have the chance to tell you guys about such a cool product as this laptop, so I really appreciate your support. But if you are interested in checking out the ProArt PX13, then you can find more information by scanning this QR code on screen, or check out the link in the description below. Now, let's get back at it, but thank you so much to Asus for sponsoring today's video. So before we dug a hole through the concrete manually, we didn't film much of it because it was brutal. It took us about 7 hours. No joke, because it was a 160 millimeter hole. Today, the All-Star plumbing team brought the real tool. This is a core driller. It uses water to core through the concrete But even with this powerful core driller, he's struggling to get through, and that's because it's a mix of stone and very dense concrete, and we're struggling to get through. We have to punch one more hole through, both to bring in air to add air to the tubes, as well as to add in a line for one of the air conditioning units. That's impressive. That actually kind of looks cool. You know, who would like that? Chloe would love that. I could polish it up for her. She would love it.
She would love it. It'd be like a castle in her little fairy village.
All right, I'm back to digging. So for months now, 6 to 8 months, this entire front of the house has been a disaster full of all of our materials. It's because it's the only place we have a little bit of an overhang to protect everything from rain. And pro tip, if you're gonna build a house, first build a shed or a pole barn or something. That's been like, I feel like we've wasted a solid month of man hours just moving things back and forth, trying to get things out of the way. And today I've just had to scramble and clear out all of our material. And I've just spent the last 2 hours digging up all of these patio stones that were laid out down here before, because they're beautiful stones and I want to repurpose them later. Because we got last minute notice that an excavator is on its way, arriving any minute now, and they're gonna dig a large trench, both for our gas hookup, our sewer hookup, water hookup, electric hookup, all of these things. They kind of need to happen within the next week time frame. We've got our plumber here, electrician is coming in a couple of days. A lot's happening and we need to get this done. So before the excavator gets here, it's Heather's chance to see all of the work we've done with the plumbing over the last couple of days, although it's a little bit of a mess right now.
Wow, look at all this.
Does it feel like a kitchen? Not quite. All right.
Can I picture myself doing my dishes?
There you go.
Yes.
Let's give a rundown of everything.
Okay. So, I think we've talked about this before, but our plan is we're going to have all of the cabinets basically on the back wall over here. So, we'll have our oven right here, our stove oven combo right here with like the, what's that hood thing called, Brady?
Range hood.
The range hood up there. And that'll be in the center of the room. And then the rest will be, we'll have a dishwasher, right?
Yep, dishwasher is right here.
Oh, dishwasher's in the island?
The pipes and all of that will be added after we pour concrete. We have to bring up the concrete level, and then we'll add the pipes for that later. This is the island, hot and cold water, and drain for the island and
for the sink.
And then I asked people to give their best guess as to what this is. Nick, you know what that is, don't you?
Wait, what?
This blue pipe that comes up here, that's awkwardly high, about the height of your head right now. What is it?
Oh, it's the pot filler!
Yeah! The only reason it's so high, the whole floor is going to raise up quite a bit. And then that's a water maker there.
It's a water maker.
So you get fizzy water. I'm looking out for you.
Wait, you're gonna give me a thing that I can have my own sparkling water?
Did you only just realize that I love you now?
No, I know you love me.
It's
but
just for you.
I didn't know we were gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Alright, so under here in the stairs, that is our junction box for the in-floor heating. And then this is the living room in here. This pipe here is for air for the fireplace. This is our hot and cold water running up to the bathroom, as well as the supply and return for the in-floor heating. Coming upstairs to the bathroom, that's where most of the mess is. Well, Andrea is back, and it's always a good day when Andrea is here because that means a lot gets done. We've got a lot of excavator projects just piling up, and we're gonna try to smash through as many of them as possible today. So while Andrea gets set up to start digging, they've just begun the core drilling through the last hole. In the new room, we need a core drill to the outside to pass 2 different tubes and air. That wall is only a third of the thickness as the wall they drilled through before, and it doesn't have any of the stone, so that'll just take 2 or 3 minutes and they will be finished. Inlet pipe is right there, and we just do not know where it goes. We've brought out the water company. They don't have any schematics. They try to test for it. We have no idea where that pipe goes. It's just a gamble if it's gonna start spraying water everywhere, and that is a very high pressure line. So if we do break through this water line, it's gonna be a mad dash to run and close it off, which is probably a 5-minute sprint away. So we'll have a lake by the time it gets shut off. Well, about 15 minutes into the excavation, we hit a snag that shut down the entire excavation for today because we got halfway through the trench and are facing 4 meters, 12 feet of solid concrete. Just beneath the surface here, if you can see, is a 1 foot thick concrete slab that runs for about 12 feet. That concrete slab was poured here a long time ago when they built the crane in order to hold the crane on it. It was way over-engineered, way oversized, and it is more than this excavator can actually get through. Poor Andrea has to go get his jackhammer to attach to it, which normally wouldn't be a problem, except it's currently on a job 3 hours away. So he's gonna spend the rest of the day driving to go pick that up, thankfully, and come back tomorrow morning to finish this trench.